End point for me, start point for some. It's actually the start point for today's walk as well. I've done a bit of a sneaky. Stayed in Carlisle last night because we got back obviously to the city yesterday afternoon. Buses back from Bowness to Carlisle a bit erratic when later in the day. Original plan was to walk from Carlisle to Bowness, but then I'll then have to hang around till 6 o'clock at night to be able to get the bus back, which I didn't fancy doing. So I looked at the timetable and I thought I'll do it backwards. So I got up early, 5 o'clock start. And there's a bus that goes from 6:35 to Bowness from Carlisle. So we're doing it backwards. Saves all the hanging around then. But if you're doing west to east, this is your start point. If you're doing east to west, this is your finish point. It's good that they built this little hut. I'll see a history of the area, some of the places we went. Broccolicia there, that's where the temple, that little temple was. Choliford, that's near where we stayed. That's the campsite was shut, then we had to sort of move on to the next one. We then stopped there, near Gillsland. Sadly, I've learnt today, yesterday, 2 nights ago, that someone's cut the famous tree. Forgot what it's called. Sycamore Gap. It's a famous tree. It's the sycamore tree that's on the wall. Someone's cut it down with a chainsaw. 16-year-old boy apparently. Not good. Bit of a local landmark. So yeah, that's where we started. That was our first night was near Newburn, because we had a short start. Next night was there. Next night was there. And the last night was in Carlisle. We've now taken the bus from there to there. We're now going to walk back. The bus journey is actually an hour. The reason I was thinking, bloody hell, there's an hour bus, it's quite a long walk back. But the reason being is because you come out here, do a little sort of like a circle, and then then you go to the coast here, then it goes back, then it goes up to Bowness. It's a bit of a higgledy-piggledy bus ride. It's quite a decent one though, because you've got some good views of the estuary. A little bit of the fishing history there of the area. We'll keep going. I assume it's this way and not down there. There's no path down there. But we'll get going. I think today is mostly road walking. It's quite a nice view though. We're obviously on this side of the estuary we're in England. That's actually Scotland over there. The hills you see in the distance are the hills Dumfries and Galloway. Bit of cloud cover over them at the minute. But we'll keep going. This way. It's about 3.5 to 4 hours back to Carlisle. Next little town along, Port Carlisle. It's just a road walk from Bowness basically. There's signs about the road flooding things. This, apart from the Scottish hills in the distance, this very much reminds me of the Mersey estuary. The Cone, the river, you know, like the Riverno area. It's very similar. Obviously, that area floods as well. The road floods out. drawn some interest. My speaking has drawn some interest from some cows. Interesting colour ones. They look like giant staffies. Have you ever seen a cow that colour before? Yeah, this section here I think is mostly just flat road walking. Visibility is not very good today. We had a lot of rain come in again last night, but today is supposed to be dry, but it's a lot cooler. Got my jumper on today and because I'm feeling the cool a bit. So we keep going. It's a little town, village after little village. Then a bit of farmland, then we're back to Carlisle. Keep going. We've reached Burby Sands. To be honest, that long walk along the seawall is a bit monotonous, to be perfectly honest. Not the seawall, but along the marsh, as I say. Long straight road that goes on for what seems a long time. I'm not sure how many miles, but some distance. This is Burby Sands, one of the bigger villages around here. Quite a nice place to live by the looks of it. It's only 5 or 6 miles to Carlisle, the city, and the big shopping area, so this is probably quite a sought after place to live, to be honest. In the country, but close enough to the city to be not far away. We've got to walk through all the way through the village. There's a little offshoot footpath at the end, takes us down back onto the River Eden. Then we basically follow that on and off all the way to Carlisle. By road, Carlisle's only about 6 miles, so the walk's probably going to be similar. Keep going. Little bit of medieval history for you. King Edward I statue. Apparently he died here in Burby Sands, 7th of July 1307, in a battle against Robert the Bruce. He was then laid to rest in the local church, St Michael's Church. Don't know how accurate a depiction it is, but there we go, King Edward I. Oh, we're back in the country again. It's getting a bit breezy. More cows. There's a lot of cattle around this area. We're heading towards the main River Eden, and once we hit that, it's then snaking along the river to... Oops, I've attracted the attention of the cows. Very curious animals, cows. Thanks to me shutting the gate. They're all heading towards the gate. They do tend to hang around the gates. I had a little bit of encounter yesterday. There was 2 cows actually inside part of one of the gates. Reason being, there was a bull in the next field, and they sort of like canoodling. So I had to sort of, to be able to get through, I had to sort of shoo the cows away. But as long as you're firm with them, they're all right. They soon move on. They're used to the farmer. They're making a lot of noise and all they're fussing over. Lots of moving. Perhaps there's a bull in a nearby field. Hopefully not in this one. We keep going. Hit the river. Guess what? We're back on the road again. We're supposed to be walking about 100 yards in that direction. The same, walking the same way, but over there there's another diversion in place. There's another diversion in place. There's been several of them along the walk. I assume it's because it's flooding. I don't know. Maybe where they're changing the path slightly. It's a shame because this road goes on for quite some time again, I think. We're supposed to be walking along river bank and now we're walking on tarmac again. It's not great for your joints. We'll keep going. We are following the river, so we're a long way up, as you can see. Well, you probably can't see, but yeah, the river's a long way down there. It's got very windy. We're back in Carlisle, back in civilization on the edge of Carlisle there. Yeah, there we go. Might give it an idea of how far we're up yet. It's probably a good 50 metres down to the river. We'll keep going. Not long now. There's the river properly. That's because we come down some steps down to more to the water's level. We've got to follow this for about a quarter of a mile, and there's a footpath through a housing estate that takes us back to where the car is. And then we're done. We come down again under a viaduct right next to the river. Going to call the walk an end here. My car, see this industrial estate just here? My car's just on the other side of that industrial estate. We've got another 200 metre walk along the footpath to get to it. I was hoping we're going to get a nice river view before we left. Fast flowing River Eden. We left Newcastle, Walls End, 1400 on Monday. Yeah, it's about 1400 hours on Monday. We got off the tram then, and it's now Friday, just coming up to 12:30. So 3 long days, 2 short days, and the walk's complete. Would I recommend this walk? Yes, definitely. It's probably one of the favourite ones I've done so far. The only downer is that section up to Burr on Sands with a long pavement. That's a bit of a crap section, but other than that it's good. The midsection is the hardest part, the hardest work. So if you are planning to do this and you're not very experienced at walking hills and things, you might want to allow a bit of extra time for that. If you're camping, I would recommend phoning ahead to make sure the campsites are actually open, because 2 campsites I visited were shut and I had to find alternatives. That's part of the reason why I've done the walk fairly quickly, because I had to push on those 2 days to find somewhere different. So them days were a little bit longer than actually planned. As mentioned, we've got to peel off here and get back to the car. Not sure what the next adventure will be, probably be out on the boat. I don't think I'll be doing any more walks this year. It's now end of September, so the weather's starting to turn. Touch wood, I've been very lucky with the weather this week. We've had a bit of mist and little light showers during the day, but all the rain's been overnight. Obviously we had Storm Agnes. You'll see that in one of the videos. I videoed overnight with the phone. 10 blowing around a bit. I hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, click like and subscribe. We'll see what happens next year. Not sure what we're going to do next year. See what plans. Get out there and get camping.